history story, and I wanted to call this guy a rascal because he really kind of set a trend for not the best stuff. But
yeah, well, people like John Dillinger took note of what he was doing. Some people called him the Baron, but what is known is he came to an end right here in Tilton. How well known do you think this is?
I don't think it's well known at all.
Nobody knows exactly when Songer Cemetery was founded, but in 1930, a notorious criminal joined those who rested there.
According to our records, it should be in this area since they're unmarked. We can't be exactly, but it would be within this marker to approximately over here where the three would be laid out.
The three men had unsuccessfully robbed a bank together. Thomas Ball was the leader's alias. His real name was Herman Lamb. His German background led some to simply call him the Baron.
He was one of the better bank robbers at the time between World War I and 1930.
He's called the father of the modern bank robbery because of his methods. He applied his training in the Prussian army to his elaborate robberies.
He was the first one to go stake out a site, and he would study it. He would have routes for them to go with. They said he had stolen over $1 million in his career.
Breaking news, thank you. It is 1930. Notorious bank robber Herman Lamb is dead. He was killed after a robbery in Clinton, Indiana.
The town barber approached the car with a shotgun. This spooked the driver, and he made a U-turn and hit the curb. And when this happened, the tire went flat, so they stole another car. Well, they got in it, and it so happened it would just go 35 miles an hour because the owner had put on a governor on it. So then the next one was they robbed a truck. Well, the truck, they wasn't any water in the radiator, so therefore the thing blew up. Somehow they ended up on a Moody farm in between Fairmount and Sidell. And at that point, there was about 200 in the posse following him. And they had a shootout at this farm.
The shootout didn't end well for Herman Lamb. He's buried in Tilton. Now let's get a check of our weather.
Thanks, Joe. The sun rose this morning, and if yesterday tells us anything about today, the sun will eventually set. Back to you.
I just think it's interesting. The town was stale. The poor guys just had a heck of a time. So now I'm into looking at more history about it, what I might be able to find.
that's a very exciting news report there, Joe.
I mean, it's archival footage from the 1930 newscast.
With old Grandpa Barlow
and
anchoring.
And Derek Fabert's grandfather.
Yes.
Very.
Excellent. So we have a lot more coming up. That was a really interesting story.
Well, thank you. Yeah, I found it fascinating, and hopefully we've educated some people in the area.
Buried